This is Bike Trails Podcast with Christina and Alan. We hope you enjoy listening.
So 30 kilometers of gravel on a sporty up and down ride. How did you feel about the day, Christina?
I felt like being a gravel race biker.
You mean a gravel racer?
A gravel racer, up and down. And I think this is what our bikes are actually made for, but we hardly do it. So Yesterday, it was a fantastic, balanced ride.
Yes. So the track from Lienz to Spittal, this is about 80 kilometers again. And we had a little bit of a later start, I think, which was great. And then it was off to the races. And most of the, I want to say is Komoot continues to lie to us because on the track, on the planned track, it said, only 350 meters of climbing throughout the day. And most of it is in the beginning, right? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. No problem. And then there was a few bumps in here. I think we ended the day at like 660 or 670 climbing meters. But I have to say, maybe we're getting fitter, or I don't know, maybe our Wahoo is lying to us because it didn't feel like that. I think on day 2, the 660 felt like the end of the world. And today it was totally fine.
It was totally fine. And I think the reason for it was that we altogether were going more down than up. So we had a lot of energy still when going down, and we saw the next hill coming up. So we tried to pace through as much as possible. Yes. And of course we're getting fitter. So I was checking my Wahoo, and normally when going up hills, I'm like walking distance, like speed, 5 kilometers, the speed 5 kilometers an hour. Now I was between 7 and 8 kilometers most of the times an hour, and I didn't even use my smallest gear, my easiest gear. So I think after 1 full week of being on the bike almost every day, besides the break day in Innsbruck, our fitness is going up.
It is. I can tell that I'm doing better because I don't need binoculars to see you in front of me while I'm climbing a hill. I'm closer somehow. So either you're getting slower or I'm getting faster, or we're both getting better, I think. Yeah, it was a very nice day. It was a typical Gen day in a valley with lots of farms deep up into the hills on both sides. We had the Massiv from the Dolomites just out of the on the next level up over the hills. It was really pretty. The gravel riding was really fun. I think part of it was just because we hadn't had so much of that. We've been in like more forest areas in the past where the trail has been quite compacted and it was almost like a fine road or walking path. Today it was a lot more about gravel and just rough, open terrain that we were riding through. So it was fun. Sometimes along the train tracks, sometimes along the river, but it was pretty cool to do that.
So it was the Drautal Radweg again.
Yes.
So we were riding along the Drau, the super beautiful turquoise, max clear river I can imagine.
Yes.
So it is really a recommendation, even if you have a weekend off, to go from Bruneck, Lienz, and then the next day from Lienz to Spittal, because it's all reachable by train, because this is a perfectly maintained, beautiful bike lane that is, especially the distance from Lienz to Spittal, where we had great views with no electricity lines disturbing the view.
Yeah, it was
so
quite
that
natural.
was compared to Bruneck to Lienz, where we saw great nature, but also a lot of electrical lines disturbing, the view. Yesterday or today, it was fucking cool. Yeah. So I felt like in a paradise land again, and the forest areas were cooling, and Actually, I think yes. This day was the most relaxing bike day we've had so far.
I agree. It was very tranquil. Although it was very tranquil for us, but boy, there was a lot of people out. It was a Sunday, and I think we left around 11, and there was just a ton of people riding forth and back, and a lot of race bikers and a lot of families with little kids and stuff. So the trail at times were crowded, but there seemed to be a point that the day riders, they just didn't cross over again. Like there was a point where we were alone for the whole day practically. And then what we were seeing, and I mentioned like, is there some kind of bike packing event? Because every, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, we'd see like a single guy or a single woman or like a couple, pair of guys like coming towards us fully outfitted with the whole bike packing deal. Like they were doing a trans something. So we looked it up, and apparently there is not an event that we can find, but it's just a whole bunch of people doing exactly that.
Yeah, and I was very stunned that they did it the other way around.
Yeah, that's madness.
Because
I'm sorry.
This is absolute madness.
Yes.
It's up almost all the time,
Yes.
and those bike packers were, like you said, fully equipped.
Yeah.
So that woman that we saw had the tail fin arch that I have, and of course I have most luggage of all of them because I have 2 side bags and a top bag.
Yes.
So we have lots of space even to bring some food with us, what normally bike packers don't have, because where would they put the food? We do have the space. But they brought frame bags, and on top of the
Fully
tubes
loaded.
bag. So fully loaded. So I have not seen that before. What we also saw is a guy who had like a 7 centimeter high, long top tube bag.
Yeah, that was very cool.
That was very cool. And then the same action underneath.
Yes.
So he had like 20 centimeters of bags just on the top tube.
Just in the frame, yeah.
And you can, squeeze rain jackets
Lots of stuff in
lots
there,
of stuff
sure.
in it if you just compress it enough. And that was very interesting to see. And I think bike packing is just becoming more popular every year because it's an easy way to get out and you get along quite well with your bike. But I could not go up. The other way round, it's like at least 1,500 elevation meters, and that would have been too much.
Yeah, too much for us. Maybe in the future, but actually I'm on holiday. I don't want to have like a stress action. I want to cruise up and down a little bit, go to some places, have a nice dinner,
Yeah, but Ellen, we do a little bit more than just cruising.
Sure,
I mean,
I
yesterday it was relaxing. I really have to say, I was even fit when we ended our trip. But the days before, sometimes I was quite tired. I mean, if they would have given me a bed after dinner, I would have slept in the restaurant right there,
Yeah. So what I was going to say when we were talking about our recording today was we've been on the road for 7 days, and, I'm healthy. I don't have any injuries. I don't have any aches or pains other than the end of the day. I'm tired and sore kind of thing. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm fully okay and ready to go. I think that has been a big benefit to like our longevity. I think avoiding injuries or having troubles, it's fabulous to have that every day. I think in the past I had like knee pain or I had neck pain because I wasn't aligned correctly. And this time around, I'm feeling very good. I think the bike is really tuned perfectly for me, so I have no problems there. What about you? Are you healthy?
Well, I have different pains along my whole body all day, and they're changing constantly. And so when we start in the morning, I try to get sleepy hands and shoulders, And then once I adapt my posture again, this goes away again during the day. Then on and off from my former injury where I hurt my tendons on the right ankle. I have knee pain on and off. But the interesting thing is that when going up the mountains, it does not hurt. So it cannot be that bad.
Yeah.
When I do stretching and yoga, it doesn't hurt at all. So I think it's just, getting used to the unused movement that we now do for 3 to 6 hours every day. But at the moment, I don't have any problems. So I think in the summary, I'm quite healthy. Of course, if we don't catch COVID.
Yeah, we're not going to catch COVID. It's going to be okay. I think if you have booster shots, you're totally immune or something like this, right?
It would be great if it were that way.
Oh yeah, that's
but
not
it
true.
isn't.
Right,
That's not
okay.
true.
But monkeypox, I'm worried about that. What about you?
If you don't have sex with any other people, I'm not worried about that either.
Okay, monkeypox, not going to get that. So I guess we're free and clear. There are no other diseases on the world that we have to worry about. Oh yeah. So yeah, I think so far a week on the road has been quite good. We have 10 more days, and today, let's see, finished the day 80 kilometers. Totally healthy, totally happy. Tomorrow we take a train from Spittal through a mountain that we have no possibility to ride around or over because it would be the end of us. So I had to book bike reservations to go through the mountain. So we're going to Bad Gastein. And the interesting thing about Bad Gastein in Austria is there is a famous hotel there, which is almost exactly the same view as the famous movie about I'm going to lose my mind. It's this famous movie about the hotel. Oh, God. I will never remember this. So the hotel is the hotel from the Wes Anderson movie, Grand Budapest Hotel. And that is what we're going to see when we get off the train today. It's a beautiful place. It's very idyllic, this little village. And so that's the deal. Then we ride up to Bischofshofen, which is one of the sites of the Vierschanze ski jumping tournaments at 4 different locations on the first 4 days of each year from New Year's Day. And that's it. So short episode today. We're going to get our kilometers in and then have an easy day on the train.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, off we go and see you tomorrow.
Bye.